Hey, what's up guys, and welcome in to this video where I'm gonna show you how to make tech house like goods. Here's a quick preview. So before starting with this tutorial, I would like to remind you that all of the samples and the presets used are from our new pack Mirage Volume 3, which is a collection of tech house one-shots, loops and the serum presets that you can check out from the link in the description below. So let's start with the first track, which is simply the original build-up. Then we have the a cappella. So here we have a track spacer, which is linked to the kick to add a bit of sidechain. Then we have the kick itself. So as you can see, we are reducing some of the top frequencies and also some resonant frequencies. Then we have the Newton Free Transient Shaper, increasing a bit of the attack and reducing the sustain. Then the bassline, so these are the notes of the bassline. So the preset is called Novel, and as for the processing we have an EQ, cutting the very low and the very top. So then we have something unusual on the bassline, which is the chorus, and this is because I found out that on the original track the bassline was a bit stereo, so I wanted to recreate this effect with the chorus. Then some saturation, some compression, and at the end the sidechain. So now let's move on into the drum section where we have a lot of different layers. Let's start with the clap. So this is the first layer. Really aggressive and punchy clap. Then we have this second clap, which as you can see has been shifted a bit to start before the actual bar. Also on some of the drums you will see that we're gonna use the Send A, which is actually a reverb. So we have an EQ cutting the very lows and then the drums room reverb preset. So these are the claps combined. Really aggressive sound. Then the open hi-hat, so this is the first one. So as you can see, removing the very lows, and then we have the transient master, reducing the attack and increasing the sustain. Then we have actually the same open hi-hat but in two different channels. The first one is spanned to the left and the second one to the right. So these are the two combined. And this is a really useful trick if you want to make your drum sound wider. Then the rights. So here we have the frequency shifter, reducing the frequency by 200 Hz. And an EQ, cutting the very top frequencies and boosting some of the mid-top. Then we have this closed hi-hat. Once again, just to add a bit more groove, here we have the track spacer so it doesn't interfere with the kick. And the final thing to glue everything together is this hat loop. Here once again the transient shaper boosting a bit of the sustain. And we also have some reverb. Final part are the synths. So we have this first stub. As you can see, the first note is not precisely on beat and this is made on purpose. Then the preset is called memory. As for the processing, we have an EQ cutting the very lows and boosting some of the tops. Then we have this effect rack to add some reverb and delay. So we have the first chain, which is the dry chain. Then we have the reverb. So first of all, we have an EQ cutting the low frequencies. And then we have this Valhalla room. And for the delay, we have once again the EQ and then the standard Ableton echo. We have just changed this from dotted to notes. And at the end, obviously, the sidechain, we have used the track spacer. Then we have a second synth, which is coming in the second half of the drop. The preset here is called Replay. And as you can see, we have a really aggressive EQ, just leaving these mid frequencies. And the rest of the processing is basically the same. So we have the same reverb and the same delay settings. And once again the track spacer for the sidechain. Yeah, and basically that's all. Now you can hear the full result. Yeah, and basically that's all for this tutorial. Don't forget to check out Mirage Volume 3 from the link in the description below. Also, let us know what tutorials would you like to see next, and I'll see you soon. Bye!